Welcome back to Classics. We're going to finish up our fuel injection install. We've got part of our tank put together, sending units in, fuel pumps in, the hose that connects to our filler neck is in. So the first step we got to do is put in our hoses, and then we'll be ready to put it with the straps in the car. Just open. Okay, so this uses 6AN fittings. They're aluminum, which means you have to use a special wrench or you can damage them. So we have a 6AN, it's aluminum wrench, and the recommendation is to use some Teflon tape. You don't want to get too much, just enough that the threads will seal. When you do Teflon tape, there is a certain way it should go on. And that is so that it goes with your threads. So that when you put it in, it doesn't just unravel itself. Because we won't have access to this, we are going to just put our hoses on and we'll run those later. We are going to use yellow for the feed and blue for the return line. That way we can keep them separate. These have a special, again as I said, it's a fuel injection. They tighten much better than regular clamps. Want to keep this so it's out of the way, so I'm going to do it somewhat facing down. Okay. So now we have our hoses on. We're going to jump over, put our straps up there so we're ready for the tank. We bought this product from 3M. It's a self-adhesive foam. That's what we're running on here, as well as I'll show you underneath. So we're going to put our straps in. They go up through here, slide down. We'll have to hang both of them and have to get us a set of pliers. These squeeze together and then take little might be able to get it. Okay. So we got a washer and nut here. Our washer and nut on this side, and this same 3M tape we put up here and right here. Those are places where the tank touches, and that'll give us so we don't have metal and metal clinging together. So we're going to grab the tank, slide it up and in. set it here for a second. So I'm gonna grab a board here. The reason for that is we have some electrical we got to hook up. So this is our feed for our sending unit. It just plugs in here. These are a pair of crimpers from Harbor Freight. They do a wonderful job of crimping these terminals. Anytime you use one of these crimps, you want to give it a little tug, make sure it's good. And then we know we got a wire coming back. One for the red positive. And so the ground we're going to hook, there's already a body ground right here, as well as that we can use for this fuel pump, as well as for the also use it for our ground for our sending unit. I'll hop on this chair so I can get a little closer to the action. I'm just going to put a butt splice on this one. We should have them out far enough that we can connect our other wire to it. Got just a little much here. Just cut it off. It's just grounded right up here to the body. And this red wire, we just need to be able to reach it. And we have our hoses on, our vent. This one is for a vent. We have our ground and our positive that we'll be able to hook up. So we are ready. Hop under there and we're ready to set it up in place. I got it. There's also this tube that has to feed up and in. Ready? Yep. Okay, so we ended up having to pull the filler neck out so we can get our tank up in. We'll worry about it another time. Okay, so tanker's installed. We're gonna take a little break. Working overhead like that puts a strain on your arms, so need a little bit of a break to kind of get the blood back down in our arms. Okay, we got some lunch, so we're back after it after our break. The tank's installed. We now need to run our lines all the way to the front. For that, we're going to be using these brackets. We'll drill a pilot hole. These use just little screws. Drill a bigger hole. Basically the goal is just to keep it away from the exhaust, away from anything that'll rub. actually, these are a little wide, so to get our next one, we'll actually be coming up, and we have to put in this filter. So there's a filter in the tank, and then there's a secondary filter. So we need to take and measure our yellow cable here, or yellow hose here, since that is our feed line. And I'm gonna put the filter up in here so it's protected by this frame rail. So just a rough place. And we use our cutters again. Okay, on every single one of these filters, you're always going to have an arrow. Arrow is the direction of the flow, and you have to make sure and put it in right or it will not flow. And push that on. Again, we're using these fuel injection clamps. You just want to snug them down until you feel a good resistance. They do have little caps on them, so you got to pull those off. We'll take and put our other end on this side. It's going to go about right there, which is good. So what we'll end up doing is we'll put a clamp back here on this side, one a little bit further forward. Just because I don't want to listen to that banging against the floor, we're going to take a little bit of more of our 3M stick-on pad, and we'll put some on the filter. We just got to find our scissors. Just put one towards the front and one towards the back of it. I'm going to kind of put it up in there and find the top. One towards the front. I'm going to double this one up because it doesn't quite get there. The filter has a little bit of a lip on it, so double this thickness here. And now I got enough padding that this is going to go. We'll cover. I'm going to put a little bit on that lip as well. No sound.
Top of the light. Oh.
Okay, so to get our hose out of the way, you're gonna notice right here we got this cable hanging down. This is our power feed to the fuel pump. And I'm just going to go ahead and feed these. Up through there. So we'll have to do them one at a time. There. Okay, so there's a little bit of a, it's just rubber, so we're okay. You can say there's a little bit of metal here, I'd hammer it over, but it's just a little rubber, we're good. Okay, so that got us from our tank all the way back. We have good clearance here on our exhaust. We still have to run our vent. Our pumps, our filter's not lower than our frame rail, so if we do get into a low spot, so far I haven't really hit much, but if I do get into a low spot, it's going to hit the frame before it hits that filter. So with this, we're just going to attach it to our fuel line using some zip ties. It does have this black coating on it. which is a little protection from our exhaust. But we're going to run it away from our exhaust, so shouldn't be a problem. And I'm just hooking it to the return line. So for today's tool tip, we're going to talk about these cutters. We have these zip ties. If you ever cut zip ties with regular side cutters, if you'll notice there's a little groove in the back. They don't cut them flush. So today's tool tip is buy this tool. It's from Exolite. They're a flush cut. So when you take and cut these zip ties, you run your finger on them, you don't get cut. They're nice that way. So that's today's tool tip. Exolite side cutters. Okay, so I'm going to use a little bit of a heat shrink because this is a wire that's out in the open. So I have a heat shrink. You can alternately use, they make heat shrink butt connectors, but I didn't have any, so I did have heat shrink, so we'll do it that route. And tug test, we're good. Just take this heat shrink. We're okay because we haven't put any gas in it yet. And that is it. So that heat shrink will do two things. One, it'll keep moisture out. We're good on that side. Keep moisture out, as well as they'll kind of keep the wires together. So yeah, right now we've just got to run our vent line. We've got to decide where we're going to mount that. There is a vent valve that has a ball in it, so in the event of a rollover, it'll stop fuel from coming out the vent. So we'll have to find a spot to put it, and then the rest of it's on the top of the car.